So, hello, my name's Rabina, and I'm a mum of 4 children. I live in Wakefield.
I'm Zatoon, and I've got one son, and I live in Wakefield as well.
Before lockdown, I'm a governor at both of our schools where my children study. I'm also part of the community. For example, Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, I used to go into high school and just do a bit of supervision there with some children, waking up in the morning, dropping the children off, and just making sure I'm getting my cooking and cleaning done in those times as well. Out of my day, make time out to go to my parents' house as well. And like I said, it was just like we didn't have time to scratch our heads.
I was basically used to get up in the morning, and then after that, I just used to basically do a bit of house cleaning, and then waiting for my parents to get up. Because obviously my parents are very vulnerable, and they are actually always not good in health all the time. Rushing here and there, rushing backwards and forwards. I only live up the road from my parents, but then it's like, oh, they need a medication, and in the meantime, if they need anything in their shopping, I used to help them out and everything. And then by the time in the evening, I used to be exhausted. I just wanted bed. Although that, we are Muslims, because of our busy life, I used to miss my prayers. When it came to the lockdown, for Eid, it was a lot better because we spent it at home with our parents rather than going to everybody else's house and joining in with everyone else. They were at home, we were at home, so we had a nice time together at home. We do celebrate and we'd like to make things what our children like as well. And it's basically making roast and ras malai and jelly.
Obviously, our portions were a bit less than before because obviously normally we'd make
Loads more.
double portions because we'd be expecting visitors to come round and, obviously serving them as well. And especially on Eid, because obviously we always put henna on our hands and we didn't have no henna in the house. So my husband, what he did was he went onto Facebook and he managed to find somebody. So we both went into Dewsbury and we bought some cones off them. And so it's not Eid without henna on the hands. I think for the men it was very difficult because they weren't allowed to do the Eid prayer. Everybody was in the house and they had to do their prayer on their own in the house, and it was just so different. We do get a special hug off my dad as well, and I said to my dad the night before, I said, Dad, are you going to hug us tomorrow then? And it was just, he hadn't been doing it for the past 2 months, and it was just like, oh, are you going to do it tomorrow because it's Eid tomorrow? And my dad just looked at me and he went, of course I'm going to hug you. And he did. It has made us think differently because I think the government, they've not handled it properly at all. The lockdown could have been done sooner than later, and they didn't take it as serious as it should have been. There would have been much less death. Like New Zealand, look at New Zealand, it's cleared, they're back to normal.
The main thing that's changed for me is my prayers. I've got into the routine now. Before I couldn't get into the routine. Now I'm in the routine and I stay in the routine. I find it is more important than anything else. I'll stop everything. I'll do my prayers first.
It's also taught us that we can do without certain things. We don't need some things that we've always thought, oh, we can't do without this and we can't do without that. But at times like this now, it's just after this pandemic, I know I can do without stuff that I've not shopped for 4 months now.
You can do without McDonald's.
Yeah.